There are monuments and landmarks all over the world that have been made out of different types of rocks or minerals. These are a few that you might recognize. The Great Pyramid in Egypt is made out of limestone and granite. The Great Sphinx, also in Egypt, is made out of sandstone. There are other types of pyramids. This one is made out of rocks and it's in Mexico. You should recognize the Taj Mahal from India, and it is made out of entirely out of white marble, and the inside is decorated with gemstones. Then there's the Vietnam Memorial Wall that's in Washington, D.C., and it's made out of a black granite and has different soldiers' names carved into it. We also have the Great Wall of China, which is the largest stone structure in the entire world. It can even be seen from space. And the one we're going to read about today is the Washington Monument, and this is found in Washington, D.C., and it's in honor or memory of our first United States President, George Washington. George Washington died in 1799. That year, Congress voted to move his body to the capital city. They wanted to bury it under a marble monument. Marble is a type of rock. But Washington's body was never moved, and 85 years passed before a monument was completed. During that time, politicians fought. There were problems raising money for the monument. Sometimes there weren't enough railway cars to deliver the marble. For 2 decades, work stopped altogether. After the Civil War, there was interest in the monument again. People were worried about it. They said the base was not strong enough to support the finished building. Some of the marble blocks were splitting. The original plans had been lost. Many thought the monument was ugly. Some wanted to knock it down and start over. Others wanted a new design. This is kind of ridiculous, don't you think? What a lot of problems. Finally, work went on after the foundation was made stronger. However, the new stone did not match the original. Visitors can see a color difference between the original marble from Maryland and the later marble from Maine. The Great Stone Monument was finally completed in 1884. So it took 85 years to actually get the whole thing done. And here it is, standing very tall in Washington, D.C. The observation room up at the top, because you can actually go up inside, you can get to that by climbing 898 steps. And this is interesting, only half of the planned monument was ever even built after all that time. A Greek-style building right here was supposed to stand in front of it, but putting the actual monument part up was such a problem, the second building was never even constructed. So that is one of the great interesting buildings or monuments in our world made out of rock.